guns look like real weapons, but they're not. And it's a big problem with law enforcement officials who could easily mistake them for the real deal, at least some law enforcement. Joining me now is the owner of Tactical Airsoft Arena, Jong Cha. It's in Rockville, Maryland. And here with me in the studio is Paul Helmke. He's the president of the Brady campaign to prevent gun violence. Gentlemen, it's great to see you. Now, I confess that I didn't know what an airsoft gun was, and I'm a huge Second Amendment person, so that probably tells you how often I get out and play in these tactical arenas. But let's start with you, Jong, about this. It seems to me that the controversy here involves bad actors. In other words, kids who do breaking and entering in a school. They're carrying these airsoft guns. They have that orange tip on the end of them, and they shoot these little plastic pellets. They're not real guns. But the concern is obviously, well, wait a second. Cops are going to see these kids, and they're going to shoot them, maybe shoot them dead. That hasn't happened yet, but there have been some incidents.
Right. It's this, but I think it's a little out of proportion because kids can get BB guns that look real and have been for ages. Also, you can, if you pull out a magic marker from your pocket, you have a good chance of maybe getting shot then too, if you're moving threateningly.
So, John, how popular is your tactical arena? I mean, I have a feeling that it's pretty popular because a lot of my friends have done, you know, the paintball, the airsoft gun competitions, the tournaments. I got online, lots of tournaments. There's one in Toledo next month at the beginning of July. I mean, this is a pretty popular sport.
Yeah, it's growing. It's really young, but it's growing a lot as people discover it. Like you said, you didn't know that it even existed until shortly a little bit ago. But as people discover it, they find that it's you know, it's a lot like paintball, except it's less messy. And it actually hurts a little bit less. Yeah,
those little plastic pellets. I mean, I'm not gonna volunteer to get hit by one of those. Paul, tell us what your issue is, because we have a Senator Lautenberg from New Jersey, who actually wants an investigation of airsoft guns. Now, is the Brady Center for banning these types of toys?
We're not a gun ban organization, Laura. And the real problem here is actually that we have more regulations on toy guns than we have on real guns in this country. So if it were a real gun that was causing the problem, the senator couldn't even get anybody to investigate it. Consumer product safety has no jurisdiction over real guns. The problem here is that there are so many guns in society. It's so easy for dangerous people to get guns that police departments are seeing a lot more of these things. When I'm growing up, I had the ping pong ball bazooka pump action thing that
cool.
that I played with.
Oh,
they're fun to do. But clearly, police officers knew that was a ping pong ball gun. These guns are marketed to look like real guns. That's dangerous in any situation.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do with these toy guns? Because the Brady Center is considered an anti-Second Amendment organization, and I know you would disagree with that. But most people who are Second Amendment people are like, you guys are always filing lawsuits, always standing against gun rights, and so people are frustrated with you.
We're for common sense. And that's why we're not trying to regulate guns. We're just trying to say, actually, I think it makes sense for Senator Lautenberg or others to say, what is the Consumer Product Safety Commission doing to try to make these things safer? Right now, they're required to have a little orange thing on the tip, but people mark those off. Right now, real gun manufacturers actually sell their guns with the orange tips because they want the real guns to look like it. We need some common sense here. That it's too easy for dangerous people to get guns. Kids need to realize that these are serious because the police department's going to treat them that way. I was a mayor for 12 years in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Police departments have increasing challenges. We should try to make it easier for the police and keep our kids safer too.
Somehow I think that the gangbangers with their you know, their AR-15s and their high-powered weapons. Somehow I feel like that's a bigger problem in the drug lords than the airsoft gun. I mean, I have heard of a lot of complaints about what's wrong in society, but airsoft gun use seems to be really.
I agree totally. And the problem is that we get more upset about these airsoft guns than we do about real guns, and that's what we ought to be focusing on.
I don't get upset about real guns at all. I get upset about criminals using guns. That's what I get upset. I'm waiting for the Miller case. Are you waiting for that?
I'm definitely.
Oh boy,
well,
you getting ready?
Case. It's dealing with the old Miller case in '39.
The big gun case coming down from the Supreme Court.
We'll talk tomorrow.
We will. And Jong, just before we let you go, I want to come out there to Rockville, Maryland, all right? I'm going to come out there. I'm going to bring my posse, my producers. We're going to see who actually is a good shot with these airsoft guns. I'm going to see for myself whether there's some big threat or we're concerned, but I want to see what a great shot I am. I know I'm a great shot, but I want to see it at the airsoft facility, okay? Or is that a date?
Oh, you're more than welcome, and you'll definitely find out.
Okay.
And I'd like to come too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you're more than welcome as well.
Get ready for the plastic pellets, my friend. All right, we appreciate you both joining us, and we probably will talk to you when that Supreme Court decision comes out. And when we return,